Please call the medic, this beat came to me on a stretcher. In the lab, I step to the mic and feel like I'm Dexter. I'm a man, dark world, but I'm still shining like treasure. Yeah, I got joy like ha ha ha. Wait, and I can't wear smiles, that's fake. Then I'm between love and strong. Hey, clock says no time for mistakes. Ring the alarm, sirens go off, but I'm calm. My life resides in his palm. Submit to my pops, respect for my mom. Honoring both, so my life will be long. Third time is the charm of the third strike. Had to.
What's going on, drivers? How's everybody doing? Good morning. Welcome to Trucking with Old Snapper, and I am Old Snapper. Enjoying this beautiful sunrise here in Billings, Montana. Man, if you've never been to Billings, Montana, you've never been up in Montana, period, you gotta come here at some point. I suggest during the summer. But the sunrises and sunsets out here, out west, period, are just absolutely beautiful. You can't get them like that anywhere else in the country. I want to talk about this Operation Lot Lizard. Operation Lot Lizard was a sting operation that was done in Florida and Redlands like almost 2 years ago. It's like a year and a half, 2 years ago. For some reason, this Operation Lot Lizard is going viral now. I don't know if it was kind of kept, well, it was kind of kept quiet when it first happened, because I didn't hear about it for a long time after it originally happened, and I never heard anybody talking about it. So I think they kind of kept it quiet, and that may be why it's blowing up now at this moment, because it's just now being put out there. In my opinion, that right there, what they did on that Operation Lot Lizard, was a bigger reason for drivers to shut down than any reason we've encountered in the last decade. All right, and that's just my opinion. I know some of y'all may disagree, but that's my opinion, and here's why. Number one, the local law enforcement there in Florida, and they titled the operation Lot Lizard. It was over truck parking. They were referring to drivers as lot lizards. They were referring to truck drivers as lot lizards. Think about that a moment. That trashy title. All right, here's the other thing. There was a farmer there, and this farmer was offering parking, because there's not much parking down there, but there's places that drivers have to go there to deliver. So there was this farmer down there who was offering parking. The neighbors that live in the area, they were complaining about the noise, they were complaining about the trash, they were complaining about the trucks coming in and out. So they complained enough that the local city decided to put a stop to it. So they arrested the owner of the land that was offering truck parking, for zoning reasons, obviously. And then they started arresting drivers. You know, and I believe they arrested about 20 truck drivers for parking down there. You know, and they titled this operation, this sting operation, Operation Lot Lizard. Now I'm about to go all the way in on this, because out of all the crap going on in Florida, you got drugs coming across your border, you got prostitution, you've got Haitians down in Miami, man, walking around neighborhoods with automatic weapons. You know, and the cops won't even go into some of those neighborhoods. Y'all are worried about some trucks parked on some empty land because it ain't zoned right, and the owner of the land was allowing it, and y'all decided to fill jail cells with truck drivers that were out making a living, and the owner of a piece of land that had a heart, that was allowing drivers to park there because it was inconvenient to the local population. It was inconvenient to some rich folks that lived around there. It was inconvenient to another class of people, right? So the lower class of people that y'all like to entitle as lot lizards was arrested for parking down there when they had nowhere else to go. But yet your city zoned and allowed warehousing to come in, knowing there would be no parking or services for the drivers that were delivering to the warehouses. It's a bullcrap game that's gone on way too long. It needs to stop. It needs to stop. These cities want the warehouses because they need the products for the local citizens. Their local citizens want the products, but they don't want their truck drivers. Well, how else are you going to get them? You know, I posted that short about that truck stop out in Sumner, Washington, charging, I don't know, like $28 and some change a night. All right, to park there. $28 and some change. You can go look at it. All right, it's on my shorts list. And if you don't pay, They put a big concrete block in front of your truck, blocking your truck in. And then they charge you, I think it's either 60 or 80 bucks to move the concrete block. This is freaking ridiculous, man. How many warehouses are in Sumner, Washington? There's a Costco there. I know that. As I've delivered to that Costco, that's where I was delivering whenever I saw that. There's warehouses all up and down that road that Costco's on. So Sumner, Washington zoned for all of those warehouses to come in, knowing that every day possibly thousands of trucks would come into Sumner, Washington, delivering to those warehouses. And that's the only truck stop. And it holds about 40 trucks. And it's the only truck stop. And if you try to park on the streets around it, they all got no parking signs, and they do enforce it. They write you a ticket. A driver that works here where I work at got a ticket up there about a month ago. All right? They do enforce it. Your next nearest truck stop is a Love's. And it's about 13 miles away. And that Love's is full 24/7. I've been driving for 13 years, and I've never once parked in that Love's. You got the port. The port goes in right there. So the port drivers pretty much keep that Love's full. It's literally on the road going into the port. If you find a spot in there, it's out of pure luck. I mean, you just happen to catch one as a port driver's pulling out. All right. Your next nearest truck stop's 30 miles up the road, and that's the TA up there in North Bend, East Seattle. It also charges for parking. About half the lot is paid parking. All right. Now you can park on the on-ramps and off-ramps right there. But you're going to have the 40 minutes on your clock whenever you get unloaded to get back up there to that spot. And you better hope you're picking up in that direction. Otherwise, you're going to have to run even further to get back to a pickup if you're picking up down in Tacoma or if you're picking up somewhere else. I mean, do you see the problem? There's a big miscommunication here between truck drivers and the public. The public gets upset and they think that, because I saw comments that were on this post that I made, and they were like, truckers think they can just park wherever they want. Truckers think they just own the road. Truckers think they just own the parking lots. No, that's not it. You're not getting it. We didn't ask to come there. You bought some crap. They needed more crap. We had to come there. It ain't like we're driving around the country just saying, oh, well, we'll just park right here. It ain't like we're out on a leisurely Sunday drive. This is freaking ridiculous. You know, and the fact that the general public can't seem to grasp that. You know, they're walking out of Walmart with a full buggy of groceries griping about truck parks, about trucks parked in the Walmart parking lot. And here's another thing that gets on my nerves with this crap. These Walmarts will ban trucks from parking in their parking lot, but won't ban the homeless caravans that are cluttered all up in the corner. Think about that, man. I have seen Walmarts that will boot your truck if you park in that Walmart. But they got a whole homeless caravan living in the corner, been there for God knows how long. Trash and crap all around them. Chairs out there acting like the Walmart is a freaking RV park. Y'all seen it, drivers? When is enough going to be enough? You know, I don't like all this paid parking. I don't like the bull crap we got to go through. And I try very hard not to pay for parking, because when I started driving, paid parking was rare. And if a lot was paid parking, it was the whole lot. And it was normally TAs and Petros. All right. And it was just a few of them. It was in certain areas where trucking is tight. Like the TA in Dallas. That one used to be, and I think it still is, it was paid parking throughout the whole lot. The one down in Florida, down South Florida, that one was paid throughout the whole lot. But you could stop a little earlier. You could stop at a Flying J. You could stop at a Pilot. You could stop at a Love's. You could stop at a Sapp Brothers. You didn't have to worry about it. Those lots were completely free. Now, half of those lots are paid. And it sucks. Because what are you paying for? You know, look at them two spots right in front of me. The way they do it is, like where that Crete truck's parked at. That might be paid parking. Spot right next to them's free. The only difference is that Crete truck is 12 feet closer to the store. There's no respect on the value of a dollar. Every dollar counts. Every dollar holds value. Every dollar could be going to feed your families at home. You're not the one living in these communities. You're not the one ordering crap on Amazon. You know, they're ordering that crap on Amazon. They're eating they're eating up the food in Walmart. They're causing us to have to come to that area. You know, and as an owner operator, you have a little bit more leeway. You know, you can tell a broker like, hey, hold on. I go up there. If I go to Sumner, Washington, I'm gonna have to pay for parking. Parking's gonna be $30, and I'm gonna charge interest on it. I want $100. And if I was an owner operator, that's what I would do. There'd be $100 on top of every load that went to Sumner, Washington, just for the crap that I'm gonna have to deal with on the other end of parking. But as a company driver, we don't have that option. And a lot of companies out here will not pay for parking. Crete being one of them. Crete will not pay for parking unless things have changed. I've been gone from there about 6 months. But when I was there, they didn't pay for parking. They send you New Jersey. They send you up into New York. They did not pay for parking. If you paid for it, you had to pay for it on your own, out of your own pocket. You know, and I hear some people say, well, it's a tax deduction. You can do this, you can do that. That's all making excuses for the fact that we don't want to deal with an issue. We don't want to deal with the actual problem at hand. And the actual problem at hand is the fact that they know there's not enough truck parking. I was reading an article a couple days ago. There is one truck spot for every 11 trucks. One truck parking spot. One legal truck parking spot for every 11 trucks. They know there's a problem. The government's offering money to these homeless people. They're offering money to the illegal immigrants. I saw where the city of New York is going to be giving $93,000 a year. All those people that Texas took up there on buses and dropped them off. Yeah, New York picked them up. They put them in $200 a night hotels. They're going to give them $93,000 a year. $93,000 a year. But they can't offer a tax incentive for truck stops to come in. They can't offer a tax incentive to stores and businesses that offer truck parking to help alleviate the stress on some of this truck parking. They can't offer tax incentives to the warehouses in the area so that they will set aside some area for some truck parking. Man, come on now. It's backwards. It's all messed up. It's bullshit. And I'm getting a little bit fired up, so I'm going to close this thing out before I just go completely off and start cussing and up a storm and get this video taken down. But y'all take care, stay safe. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And keep trucking.
I go. I got some secrets, I'm shaking the game so they stay on their toes. Stay in your lane, how to stay on the go. I came to play with the pros and act like a rookie, so they overlook me. Then I double up again under their nose. None of them cold, they just got lucky but never adapted. So I'm to the one if it's coming to blows. My enemies cutting it close. I let them think that they got me, but what do you know? I had them beat before we ever spoke. I'm ready for smoke. I need to know everything, who and the what and the where. I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious.